right, so you want to see Prezi?
Yes.
So hopefully you checked him out in the back. Awesome stuff. Steve has been cruising the room taking pictures. I can't see what he's brewed up. We're going to see some magic in the making here. But I remember I first saw Prezi. I'm like, wow, I gotta get Prezi going. So I don't know if you noticed our little reel before the show, but that was all Prezi.
Hey, let's give away a Corona really quickly because we got a bunch of them. Should we do it?
Okay.
Anybody have? First person to raise their hand gets Corona. I saw you back there, buddy. Sometimes you just got to go right to the action.
So Steve, whenever you're ready, we will. All right. Matthew's got the remote. Hold on. Sure. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. So my name's Steve. Senior presentation designer over at Prezi, and previously I was a presentation designer for Duarte Design, where I worked alongside some really amazing people making visual stories for Silicon Valley theater, 10%ers alike. And one day I got this interesting offer to come work for Prezi, and I thought, wow, that sounds like a really exciting thing. How cool would it be to work for an innovative software company that's working on some next generation stuff? As it it's really exciting because I still have this exposure to high-profile presenters, but at the same time I get to really push the boundaries of using some sort of next-generation tools. You know, it's really such a paradigm shift away from the slide-based approach that we're seeing users surprise us every day with new ways that they're using Prezi. Now, you may have heard Prezi referred to as a digital whiteboard space where you can arrange your content, and that makes it a great tool for brainstorming. But as a presentation designer, what really interests me are the new ways that people are using Prezi to present with. There's something really philosophically intriguing about having expansive creative space to work in, and it reminds me a lot of Marshall McLuhan's quote, "The medium is the message." It seems like Prezi has this innate ability to conform to whatever your presentation style is. And today with situations like this, where a user takes a cinematic approach to designing their presentation, using camera moves and cinematic principles to tell these really engaging stories. Also, we're seeing people take a diagrammatic approach where they're showing relationships between things in space and in scale. And then we still see other people using Prezi in a metaphoric way where they take a visual metaphor as a background and they arrange their content around on this image so they can complex topics or promote memory of their presentation. So now Prezi's moved into iOS, and we now have the ability to create a presentation anywhere in the world. And I've fun with this lately, using Prezi in sort of a journalistic way, and so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. If you start Prezi on iPad and hit New Prezi, you'll instantly get set up with a couple of really intuitive layouts or backgrounds to choose. But if you do what I did here and do a little bit of prep work before you leave the office, maybe like drop a different custom background in here like this floor plan of the venue, then you can instantly hit the road and start documenting. So when I first got here, I took some pictures at the entrance, went ahead and added a little bit of information about the venue, and then I made a beeline straight for the free tacos because they're free. And when I was out there, I met some pretty cool people like from West Agile Labs. Headed back inside where I ran into Mike from Artiphone. This product is just amazing. Hung around the bar for a little while and schmoozed in the dark. And then I took a look at this presentation timer, which made me instantly backed away. Watched some presentations for a while, had a great time doing that, and then it was my turn to come up here. And so I figured to document this part of the event, what I'm going to do is take a picture of you guys. It might be a little bit difficult, yeah. That is my experience. Let's drop that in here and see, do I have enough time to take a selfie? There we go. It's me. Put this guy. And if I exit the Prezi now, hit save, you'll see that I'm uploading these two images to our server. Give it a moment here to get there. Wait for it. And boom. This presentation is now live online for people to view. In fact, I can take this one step further, and I can copy this URL and switch over to an application like Twitter, and I can go ahead and on the stage here. So, boom, it's instantly done. I'm able to live tweet an event, documenting it and sharing it on stage with the world. Yes. So, added benefit, I think, is if you're a journalist and you're documenting an event. Let me go ahead and fast forward here to my event. You know, people can see this when they get to the event and say, shoot, I need to like orient myself here, and so let me get some added content thing because I'm standing at the entrance. Oh, I see the bars at the left. Tacos are outside. Let me go get some of that. Yeah, and so basically I just wanted to end this with one of my favorite quotes, and that is from Bruce Lee, who do not get set into one form, adapt it, build your own, and let it grow. Be like water. And I feel like that is what Prezi can do for you as a presenter. Thank you.
Nice work, Steve. Good stuff. So, hands up high for questions. I don't think Power ever received that sort of applause, so kudos. That's awesome.
For those of us who are PowerPoint users, do you have is there any kind of transition product?
Like an intermediary to
Yeah,
use
kind of like a primer or something that can help PowerPoint users transition to
Funny you mentioned that. We actually have a PowerPoint import tool. So what you can do is take an existing PowerPoint file that you've made and import all of those elements quickly, and that should get you over the initial hump of inserting your information. You can just get right into creating, move things around, position things in scale, and try to create a whole new experience with that same material.
There's obviously a ton of different uses for Prezi. Where do you guys try to focus in terms of market segments or user groups?
Traditionally, we've had a really strong user base with the educational market, and I think that has a lot to do with our freemium model. But genuinely, we consider ourselves a presentation tool that just more. And so, you know, right now we're working on a lot of things to try to make Prezi more convenient for the business user to use, and I think you're going to see a lot of growth in that area. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Where you are, my eyes are raised in the back.
We got a question up front here.
Actually, we have a plan to be on the stage in 1 month and really seriously considering using your product for our presentation. Is it really easy to everybody?
I think we've made the interface pared down to the most essential elements that are very easy to see. So we have a very intuitive top menu with like 3 choices, with a lot of sub choices underneath those. I find, and I think a lot of users have also commented, that it's very easy to get started and very easy to put things in Prezi. You know, as with any software, there's a bit of a learning curve. So we have a lot of tutorial videos online. We have experts that are that answers questions. But no, I mean, I believe that Prezi is extremely intuitive to use, but it's just a matter of getting used to this idea of thinking about things in terms of scale. And I don't know what the average user goes through with that. It took me a few running.
Up front here.
Hi. Something that is limiting me to using Prezi is the weight of the file and sometimes the slow of the loading time. That's why when I speak publicly, I don't use Prezi. Is there anything you're doing in this way to like the movie and to make everything?
So generally, when you're, I'm sorry. It's recommended not to rely on an internet connection to do that, and we have a tool called Prezi Desktop, which is a downloadable version of Prezi, which operates completely offline. And when you have that, you know, on your desktop, other times.
With mobile?
Yeah, I'm all the way in here in the back.
Sure.
You mentioned having video tutorials and things of that nature, but do you have any sort of camps or anything to get somebody up and running that is basically, I have a PowerPoint background and, you know, I I'm not a designer, so, but I want to use Prezi. And do you have anything like that, or anything for best practices for driving adoption within an organization that's typically deaf by PowerPoint?
If you're familiar with lynda.com, I know Lynda has a lot of Prezi introductions that help people get up to speed. And like I said, it's more than just tutorial videos also. We do have some best practice videos and powerful user community that you can always ask questions to.
I'm right next to that guy. Pretty comfortable over here. You've been around for a couple of years now. Why are you presenting here and now? What are you looking to get out of this?
Well, basically, as a designer, I was really excited that I was doing presentations on a mobile device in this way. And there's been a lot of talk about Prezi, but it was a kind of a personal thing. I wanted to come up here and show different ways that I'm seeing people use Prezi from my perspective. And then, as an added benefit, we're now able to create new Prezis right here, out of the application. This feature here to create a brand new Prezi is something that hasn't been possible before recently.
We got a question up front.
Yep.
Since you guys do iOS and it doesn't support Flash, are you guys looking into moving off the web layer off of Flash?
I'm not sure if I can comment on that, but I do know that we have a lot of people researching and working on different tools, languages and stuff to make Prezi. I know that we're also doing a lot of research into using Android because there's been such a powerful demand for Android. So yeah, people are talking.
Hey, maybe the last question. Second to last. You guys are possibly hiring. Are you, and for what positions?
Possibly hiring, yes. Constantly hiring, yes. If you go to the Prezi.com page, you'll see a whole list of positions there. And we have positions available in San Francisco and in our Budapest office as well.
You serving lunches and all that stuff?
Sorry?
No, hang on 1 second. You got another question. Turn in the bridge.
Hi. Can you describe the compatibility you have with sites like SlideRocket and SlideShare, etc.?
I'm not use SlideRocket. I've used SlideShare, but I think that would be kind of redundant for Prezi because Prezi itself is embeddable without the need for this this intermediary tool. So yeah, I'm not exactly positive if those things are compatible. I'd be surprised if they weren't working on some way to port Prezi over. But right now, without using any sort of online sharing tools, you can embed Prezis and share them because it's web-based to begin with.
Awesome.
All right, Steve, we are officially out of time. Prezi's hanging out in the back. Steve will be at the bar doing shots.
Thank you, Prezi.
Thank you so much.
Hey. Prezi.